this official weekend.
Well, hello, everyone. I'm meteorologist Jen Carfagno, along with meteorologist Kelly Cass, here to get you ready for what's ahead in your day.
That's right. From coast to coast, the Weather Channel has you covered. We've seen some impressive clouds, some storm structure out there. And yes, definitely has something getting everybody indoors, I hope, anyway.
Yeah, this is over Virginia. There was a couple of spots that just got hit time and time again this weekend. This was one of them. I mean, this cloud is rotating. You can also you can see the inflow, the updraft coming into it.
And then people mistake the rain shaft sometimes for, oh no, is that a tornado coming down? But actually, it takes more of a spin in the overall cloud structure to see that.
Right, exactly. But we certainly had some heavy rain. We had a lot of flooding too. We
did, and it was deadly, unfortunately. We're going to talk more about what happened over the weekend. But first, the heat is also going to be a problem. Summer officially starts this Friday evening.
The 20th, which some years it's the 21st. It could be the 22nd.
Yeah.
It'll be the 20th.
It's the solstice.
Welcome, everyone. I'm meteorologist Jen Carfagno, alongside meteorologist Kelly Cass, here to get you ready for what's ahead in your day.
That's right. From coast to coast, the Weather Channel has you covered. Looking at scenes like this, we've seen our share of severe weather, way too much of it lately.
Oh, yeah.
It's so cool to watch it from a distance, what happened here in Lexington, Virginia.
I see something different every time. Did you see the lightning strike at the beginning?
I did see the lightning, the little flash.
Yeah,
I mean, you miss it though.
This is definitely an ominous cloud. You can see the updraft coming into it right there. Every once in a while you see a wisp of cloud coming up. And there's some rotation. I mean, I don't think that there was any tornadoes, but you certainly get a sense of the air moving when you watch this cloud forming.
And the rain shafts that come out.
Yeah.
A lot of people mistake that sometimes for wall cloud or maybe a tornado that's trying to come down or fall. But yeah, we definitely saw sheets of rain moving across this area as well.
Yes, one of the many spots that had big rain this weekend.
Yeah, way too much flooding over the weekend. It's been really sad, actually. So we're going to be following that, the heat, humidity, also today's big deal.
Yes, and then tomorrow, we've got a similar area just a little further south that we're looking at, and similar in shape as well. This also looks like the heart, doesn't it? I can't do this with the clicker in my hand, but we've got the risk of thunderstorms, which may be severe, damaging winds, hail. There is an isolated tornado risk, and we're going to keep an eye now on Kansas. So everything just shifting a little further south compared to where it is today. That's also where we might see the large hail, 2-inch in size or greater. So talking golf ball size hail or greater, and there is a tornado risk with a 3 on the Torcon, and that includes Wichita, Emporia, a 2 surrounding it, extending up into parts of Iowa. Damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour, likely for you, especially across Kansas. So what's happening in Kansas? Let's look at tomorrow's forecast. We'll first pick it up where Kelly left off, and that forecast radar showing some overnight storms still ongoing in the morning across central Kansas. They may be severe. They'll certainly bring some heavy rain potential, and that will track over towards Kansas City and extend back into the Wichita area through at least the morning. And then we'll see how far that makes it into Missouri. But then watching for the next round of thunderstorms to get going. 4 o'clock in the afternoon or so, watching the higher terrain of western Nebraska, eastern Colorado. We'll see a cluster of storms likely develop into the late night right across central Nebraska and into Kansas. And that will be a big rainmaker, in addition a potentially strong wind maker as well. So rain and wind, some of the biggest threats that we will see as we get late night into the overnight hours, around 2, then coming back into Kansas City. Then on Wednesday, we're going to watch our front push a little more to the east. Out ahead of it, there will be the risk of thunderstorms into Michigan, into Illinois, including Chicago, stretching back down into Oklahoma. The chance for all modes of severe weather, honestly, and winds are probably the biggest threat, but we'll see all threats out there. And of course, rainfall, another chance of getting some heavy rain through this entire area. Now, Kelly, the thing is, the rain and the clouds have helped us escape some of the heat. If you don't have it, it's hot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we definitely want to shower down with those heat index, that heat index all the way up to 100 and something degrees. So that is just something that goes hand in hand with summer, Jen. Even with the showers and thunderstorms, we do expect it. What we're not expecting, though, is to hear about heat in Alaska.
That's right. And their heat is a different level than Texas heat, that's for sure. There was a heat advisory, actually, the first ever heat advisory from the National Weather Service in Fairbanks issued for Sunday. Now, it's not that it has not been this hot before. It has been. It's been hotter, actually.
It has to do with the criteria, and the Weather Service just starting to look more deeply into that criteria.
Right, and so that's a type of product now that can be issued for Alaska. Not Anchorage yet, though, so just Juneau and Fairbanks. We've got other issues, too. Red flag warning, fire weather watch, and a flood watch north of all that.
So yeah, we've got melting snow there, and then of course we've got the showers that are moving over where we have fire danger, but we also see lightning, so hopefully no fire starting with that lightning. Well, still to come, it may feel like summer is very soggy.
Yeah, Friday is it. It's June 20th this year, the first day of summer, the summer solstice. I'm meteorologist Jen Carfagno along with meteorologist Kelly Cass here to get you ready for what's ahead in your day.
From coast to coast, the Weather Channel has you covered, and we've certainly seen a lot of clouds, a lot of pouring rain, severe weather as well, but it's still interesting from a meteorologist's point of view.
Yes.
To look at the structure and just kind of look at all the details of these things. Right?
I mean, anyone's got to be enthralled with this cloud because you can see the rising air, because you can see the clouds forming as it's all rising.
Yep, and you can definitely see a rain shaft, the flash of lightning right there.
Gets me every time.
You blink to miss it, but yeah, really cool clouds as long as you're not under it and experiencing very strong winds, because, you know, we did see some severe weather over the weekend, but I think flooding was really the main problem that we saw.
And it was so widespread, too. So many areas of really heavy rainfall. We saw North Carolina last night, of course, West Virginia, both yesterday and the night before.
And we're still cleaning up in Texas from deadly flooding in the San Antonio area.
Yeah.
All right, these stories and more right here on the Weather Channel. The heat also is going to be the big deal. All of it, of course, as we get into the summertime months. Jen, you know the deal. I mean, this is, you know, what we typically expect for this time of the year. You've got Alaska behind you, and I was just looking at their sunrise and sunset information.
Oh, yeah. Where were we at with that?
Okay, so like 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
For a place like Fairbanks.
That's when the sun
is coming up, and then it doesn't set until like 12:15, like after midnight.
So
you only get like a couple hours of darkness.
2.5 hours of darkness.
Right. And not even, it's like more like twilight, right?
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't really get that dark.
Well, Alaska is pretty interesting right now for a number of reasons, not just the lack of darkness. We have a red flag warning, a fire weather watch, a flood watch, and we had a heat advisory in Fairbanks, the first ever, actually.
Yeah, and it's not because of, you know, it doesn't get hot here. It's just because the criteria that they look at, it differs from other parts of the country.
Yes, but it was warm enough anyway to raise that awareness. And let's see, Fairbanks and Juneau are the only two offices up here that can do it in Alaska. Anchorage still doesn't do it yet.
Kind of right on the water.
Yeah, but a special weather statement when needed.
There you go. Well, interesting facts right there. Still to come, it feels like a very soggy start because we had a terrible drought. We had fires going in the Northeast. Boy, have we made up for some dry times.
Right. And this is just so far this June. And interestingly, April and May looked very similar to this, too, with a lot of rainfall excess over the eastern half of the country. And the pattern has just been the lack of a high pressure, I think. I mean, we've had just general troughiness, a lot of showers out there, a lot of moisture advecting in.
Blocking the traffic pattern, so to speak, keeping it just stormy over the same areas over and over again. And unfortunately, some of this rain that you see here caused devastating flooding in places like San Antonio just over the weekend in West Virginia.
Yes. And so here's where we are. You take a look at some of these cities that have been in it day after day after day, like Atlanta.
Don't we know it?
I know, but this is the case for so many in the Southeast, you know?
And even where it's just a trace of rain, to you that was like a rainy day because it, you know, you had drops coming down. And this is just a report at the airport, so there were some suburbs outside of Atlanta that may have seen a lot more than what you're seeing here.
Yes, my house
like your
included.
House.
Yesterday we had rainfall, or not yesterday, Saturday, rainfall rates of 4 inches per hour, 5 inches per hour, 6 inches per hour.
You better dump that water. Mosquitoes are going to find you.
I know. Actually, that's a good point. Take all the other little dishes from your potted plants. Yep. Dump those out.
Just a cap full of water is enough for mosquitoes to breed. I know. So just keep that in mind.
It's been a bad mosquito season so far. And a weed season, too. There's been so many weeds growing.
We still need more moisture, especially here in the Southwest, but this is where we're baking with the heat. We've got triple digits on the way for places like Las Vegas, Phoenix, Tucson. It's going to be brutal.
You know, upper Midwest, there's still some dry, too. You see it in the dry ground. You saw a little bit in the drought monitor. Not the extreme or exceptional drought, but still, we could use a little more rain, believe it or not, in eastern Nebraska, parts of Iowa, and Illinois.
Yeah, they're battling fires where you see it's been very dry across the Intermountain West. Way too moist, though, where you see that soil moisture content is very high with the green, the dark green, and the yellow, so it's more muddy out there, I guess, in your yard.
Yes, the yard is so squishy. All right, here's a look at what's to come. Another round of rain, another couple of rounds of rain across the east, and there's the potential for 1 to 2 inches. There will be spots that get more than that.
It depends on where the thunderstorm lands, right? Sometimes you get multiple storms over the same place. That can also change these amounts. But yeah, there's that opportunity for some of you to see as much as 3 to 5 inches of rain.
Northeast tomorrow, we bring back our rain chances into western Pennsylvania. And while there's a chance today, it's definitely more pronounced tomorrow with thunderstorms again that could be big rainmakers in western PA, including Pittsburgh, stretching back to Boston.
But at least the temperatures come back up. There's that.
By Wednesday, for sure, Boston, you'll be back to 80.
It's gonna be hot by the end of the week.
And humid.
Yeah, very humid, flirting with 90 in D.C. by the end of the week. So, yeah, rain, we don't want it, but that's what we have.
I mean, upper 80s, New York City, it's just a complete opposite.